Hello, parents. My name is Lori Holbrook. I will be your son or daughter's honors geometry teacher this entire year. Today, I'm going to just give you a little brief description about myself, tell you about myself and the class that your child will be attending daily here at Rochester High School. I'm proud to say that I am a product of the Rochester Community Schools. I went to Hamlin and McGregor, Ruther, and Rochester High School. I have raised my children here in Rochester. I have two boys. Both of them attend or did attend Adams High School. And right now, my oldest is a senior at the University of Michigan, and my youngest is a senior at Adams High School. Just a little bit here. All right, so to tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing here in geometry is we're going to be looking at the visual patterns of geometry and mathematics here in the real world. We're going to try to connect the physical world and those visuals around us and make connections to Algebra 1. We're going to be doing a lot of algebra in here. So your son or daughter do need to have a very strong foundation in Algebra 1. So it's important that they take the time in the next couple of weeks to get acclimated with some of their past notes that they have them. We are going to spend a lot of time going over these concepts and hopefully get them up to pace with what they're going to need in order to be successful from those algebra days that they had just not too long ago. Some of the things that we're going to be covering is working with geometry and algebra in the coordinate plane. We're going to be looking at transformations, area, volume, three-dimensional figures towards the end of the school year. We're going to be looking at congruent polygons, similar polygons, lots of right triangles in trigonometry. We're going to be spending a lot of time in proofs, construction. So yes, they're going to need a compass. So we want to make sure we can get that for them fairly soon. For the marking period breakdown, 20% of their grade is going to be their homework. And yes, it is due the very next day. I want to make sure that they really are in tune to staying on task, which is very important in mathematics, being that these skills that they're going to be learning do build upon one another for each day. 40% of their grade is quizzes, and they are allowed to retake one other quizzes for each one of these. And usually it's going to be one quiz per week, potentially two quizzes per week. And the tests are going to be every 2 to 3 weeks, just depending on the content that we're going to be learning. Tests are 40% of their grade, and there's no retakes on those tests. How can your son or daughter be successful? Well, they need to take their notes daily, do their daily homework, check their work, check for accuracy, and of course, ask questions. Homework is checked again just for completion. It's up to your son or daughter to check their work on a daily basis and again to ask for help. I do not check their work for accuracy. That is up to them to do. I'm going to be still utilizing Google Classroom, and I'm going to require that they upload their work by 7:30 a.m. The very next day. The marking period is 40% of their grade for marking period 1. Marking period 2 is 40%. Their final exam to be determined. We're not quite sure if we're going to be having it again this semester. I hope we will. They need that practice, especially at their level, to be prepared for college if they are college bound, of course. The textbook we're going to be using is Big Ideas Mathematics. We will not be using the textbook as far as doing their homework assignments. It is really meant to be served as a place as reference for them if they need some extra practice. But there is a website they can go to in which they can get some extra practice, use some of the content, their flashcards, additional practice worksheets, and just videos if they want to see additional videos. There's an app we can put on their phone likewise if they want to go through some additional resources on the touch of their fingertips there. And there's the website up close, and this will all be also included on my syllabus that I provided for students in the very beginning of the school year just a couple days ago. All right, so the materials that they are going to need on a daily basis, they should only work in pencil. They're going to need a straight edge. It doesn't have to be a ruler, just any form of a straight edge to allow them to draw straight segments or lines. They should have a 3-ring binder in which they should be keeping organized. I do not do binder checks. It's up to them at this point to try to stay organized. We're also going to need a non-graphing calculator. That calculator should be a scientific one. Doesn't have to have too many bells and whistles, just as long as it does say it's a scientific calculator. I don't want you to go out and spend over $100 on a graphing calculator. That is to be saved for Algebra 2. In fact, we don't allow them in geometry due to the programmable feature that is on them. They should also have a highlighter, multiple colors, and a compass for when we do constructions coming up in the very near future. Okay, so that is just a real small tidbit of what's going to be going on in the classroom, but really we want you to kind of get a face with a name where we can at least just introduce ourselves. But I do look forward to working with your son or daughter here. If you have any questions, the best place to reach out to me would be either Google Classroom through your son or daughter or my email. And I will try to get back to you. Typically, 4th hour is my conference. That's the best time in which I am able to contact and get back with you. So if I don't get back with you within a day, it's just because I haven't had my conference yet in which I'm able to sit down and really go through my emails. But I look forward to working with you. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. Thank you and have a wonderful day.